Dear Hangman is a psychological thriller, and it's got a great mix. You've got some courtroom stuff, you've got some action killings, you've got some psychological, psychiatric evaluation, and some very complex relationships as well, which makes for some pretty sweet watching. I play Jeremy Court, the Hangman of Dear Hangman, and it was a real joy doing this film for several reasons. One, the script obviously was great. I'd done a Hangman film with Liam previously, which we said this one, Dear Hangman, was sort of a soft reboot. It's not a sequel, it's not a remake, it's a soft reboot sort of thing, because what Dear Hangman has done is taken what we did in Hangman and kind of expanded it and developed it and used all of the story from Hangman in this one, but then sort of built a lot around it as well, which has made it really interesting. And you've got a lot more development with the characters, particularly with, from my point of view, Jeremy Court, who I play. You've got that very complex relationship with Bishop, played by Vicky, and then you also have the relationship with Robin, played by Francesca as well, the psychologist, which makes it a really interesting one, because previously, in the previous incarnation of the film, it was pretty much just the Hangman and Bishop. It was really kind of about them, and anybody else that Jeremy Court met, he just killed, pretty much. But now, in Dear Hangman, we've got this other interesting aspect, working with Robin's character and how that kind of develops, as she's desperately just trying to chip away and get inside his head. The cast for this was fantastic. I mean, that alone would have made it something that would be a no-brainer to do. You've got Vicky and Anthony playing the two lead cops in it, who I've known for years, and I just love them as people. They're just the greatest, wonderful people. And as actors, I have so much respect for them. They are really top of their game type actors, the ones you really look up to and just sit in awe when you're working against them. And it really helps to raise your game as well when you're working with actors of such a good caliber. Just to try and get somewhere near where they are is really good fun. So it was fantastic to work with them. Francesca, who plays Robin, I'd known for a few years now, not as long as Anthony and Vicky, but we did a couple of projects together and just completely hit it off, and just love working with her. So again, she's another one of these people where if an opportunity comes up to work with her, then I just jump at it. It's just such a pleasure to do. So it was really fun doing those scenes with Francesca, even though for a lot of it I didn't do much. I had to kind of just sit with a completely stony, unbreaking face. But eventually it started to crack a bit, so that was good fun. That was nice to do. A little bonus for me was getting to work also with my dear cousin Selby, who played a pretty nasty piece of work in the prison, which was great. By his own admission, he hasn't done a lot of acting before. We did drag him on stage for a show in Edinburgh several years ago, where he totally stole the show, ended up with his own fan club from that. So he is a bit of a natural performer, even though he wouldn't admit it. So that was really good fun, particularly because I got to beat him up in the film, which, in real life, he'd flatten me in 2 seconds. So that was quite nice to have the magic of film where I get to win. Although obviously we love each other dearly, so it would never happen really. But it was really good fun just to work with Selby as well. So that was a great day. Very enjoyable to do all that. Lots of fun. I think I did actually accidentally hit him at one point as well. Only slightly, just a little graze. That's all, just a little graze. Not enough for him to thump me back, thankfully. But it was good fun to do. Really good fun. Locations we had for this film were pretty amazing too. To actually shoot in a real prison was fantastic. This big empty prison. So it really felt, it helped as an actor, not to sound too arty and crap about it, but it does help when you've got that real location around you. It just, you really feel like you're there because you are there. There were no locks on the doors, thankfully, so I didn't actually get locked in the cell. But just to be in that small cell and be walking through the corridors, was really cool. So, you know, the chance to sort of work in those sorts of places. And similarly, when we did the courtroom scene as well, with another few of my favourite people, with Keeley and Sam as the lawyer and the judge respectively. Again, it just adds to the fact that the cast for this was phenomenal. Really brilliant people. And I think I knew just about everybody in the cast as well, which helps. And I liked them all, which also helps. But great actors, really good actors, which is great to see when you've got such a strong script as Dear Hangman is. I think then when you add that element of fantastic performances from people as well, which just lifts it and elevates the whole thing, it makes it a lot of fun to do. The difficult thing with this film has been the wait. Because of the pandemic, it's meant we haven't been able to do the screening yet. So it's an agonizing wait. I'm desperate to see it. And with my terrible memory as it is, I think I've forgotten a lot of what's in the film. So it's going to be a great surprise for me to sit and watch it and have very little idea what's going on, like the other people around me. So that'll be really good fun to do. Another element which was pretty cool in this instance, and it's kind of thanks to the pandemic, I suppose, if we're going to look for positives in this. When the coronavirus pandemic hit, acting work obviously pretty much stopped for a while. So I just kind of locked myself away and started doing some music stuff. I played guitar for a few years, just nothing fancy, not particularly good, but plucking away. So I just got my head down and started to write some music and do some things, experiment with some music software. And as a result of that, Leon asked me if I would write a tune for Hangman, a little sort of rock number to finish it off. So that was great fun to do, because that was based around the Hangman theme, the whistle that Hangman does, which is something that I got thanks to my son, Harry. He, like many boys and girls his age, obsessed with Minecraft and YouTube and watching YouTube videos about Minecraft. And there's a lot of people, very talented people out there who do songs. They write songs about Minecraft. I don't know, with some of them, I think they just take an existing song and change the lyrics, but some I think are kind of original compositions as well. And there was one which Harry used to listen to a lot. I think it was called It's About Time That I Found a Diamond or something like that. Because in Minecraft you mine and you look for diamonds and stuff. And it was the sort of chorus to that I kind of pinched and adapted ever so slightly with the whistle, because Liam had said he wanted a whistle, he wanted something, you know, a little creepy sort of insignia of the Hangman. So I took that tune and made that the Hangman whistle. And so then when it came to writing the piece of music for the film, obviously that was my basis then, and then stick some heavy rock guitar over the top of it. I brought in my good friend Mark Bianchino, who I met in America when I lived over there. He was a great musician. He knows a lot more about the music software than I do as well, the mixing and everything. So he came aboard too and helped me out with it and added some extra elements, played along a few instruments on it as well, and gave it a good mix just to make it sound really good. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to hearing that on the top of it too. Not enough just to act in it, I've got to play music too. So it was really cool. I think some of the biggest positives about working on Dear Hangman, amazing cast, amazing crew. Liam and Wayne I've worked with loads of times now, so it's a real comfortable relationship. And Liam knows what he wants, which is good, and he gets it fast. So, you know, when he's in charge, it's like, all right, I know the shot I want, I know the take I want, boom, there it is, moving on. So that's pretty quick, pretty efficient. The script was really good, and it was just, that's the big draw, I think. I already knew, obviously, that Liam could make a good film, that he got good shots. And then when you read the script, which has got so many more elements to it, I think particularly because we'd done that previous Hangman kind of, I suppose it was like a tester in a way. So because we'd done that, and I'd really enjoyed that, and it came out so well, to then see this script having so much more to it, just meant that it was. I just knew it was going to be a step above what we'd done before, and I was really proud of what we'd done before. So this was going to be amazing.